All right, time for another Nerdy Virgin podcast. I am taking my routine walk. There was a police helicopter, I think, that was flying around earlier in the neighborhood. I don't know what's gone down. I think it's the coyotes. Not the border coyotes. I'm talking about the literal coyotes. Like they are a power in this town. Like I'm fairly certain they're paying taxes at this point. But, whatever was going on, there was a police helicopter that was circling. So hopefully, whatever was happening is done, and I'm not walking into some kind of a movie that I'd never want to watch. You know, one of those, that's the other thing. I gotta move my car because it's street sweeping and I've been having terrible luck with finding spaces. Terrible luck with finding spaces. So I'm now going to go down the street and see if there is a space where I can move my car. Because if I can do it now, I got to do it now. It's got to happen now, my friends. It has got to happen now. So that is the name of the game. And I'm not seeing an open space because people are parking terribly, and there could have been one more space if everyone had just worked a little harder. But I've learned my lesson though, because last time I tried to move my car, couldn't find a space, or I thought I found a space that I couldn't fit, and then I lost that space. I'm learning my lesson. I am learning my lesson, kids. Don't move until I absolutely know there's a space, and there is no space. Okay, great. Lovely. Actually, the last time I did find a space, but it was like 5 blocks away, to the point where I may as well just move out of the state. Very frustrating. Also found there's a rent increase. Every year they're increasing the rent. Nothing I can do about it. It just means that I have to make a fortune as a content creator, right? That's all. If I just keep podcasting like this, before I know it, it'll all work out. Before I know it, it will all work out, right? That's what people used to tell me. It'll work out. Well, I don't know why they told me that. Based on what? It doesn't work out for plenty of people. Then again, if we operate under the assumption that death provides a sweet release, eventually it works out for everybody. But that's not the kind of working out I want. I want some things to happen before it works out in the final regard. You know what I'm saying? Do you catch my drift? Do you catch my drift? That is what I am hoping for. Friends and family, that is what I am hoping for. So, what else can we talk about here today in this fine world of America? What else can we talk about in this fine world? In this fine world of America, what else can we talk about here today? What are the wonderful things can we discuss in this fine world that's surely a democracy, right? Ish. Esque. Hints of a democracy. Democratically inclined. Or is it just 5 rich guys named Jeff in a room making all the decisions. Who can say? This is getting political. Oh, now that's gonna depress me. Okay, so I'm walking by this. Somebody owns a parrot or some kind of bird, I think, that's shrieking like that. Right? Except it sounds like they're not in the house. No, they're not in the house. They're in the tree above the house, and I saw something else fly away, like an owl? I don't know, whatever this is. I'm looking at it, and it is probably looking at me like, don't you dare. And I'm like, dude, don't worry. I am not a threat. In all likelihood, whatever that bird is that looked at me probably immediately went, not a threat. Not at all a threat. The bird looked at me and went, he's got asthma. It's fine. The bird probably looked at me and went, I should call the buzzards. And he almost might be buzzard ready. It is the week of July 4th. I'm terrified that as someone living in Southern California, where we've just had these fires, it would probably not be a good idea to do fireworks. I think they're saying don't do fireworks, and I'm hoping that everyone abides by that and we don't do fireworks. That's my hope. I guess they're replacing fireworks with drone shows where the drones fly around in cool little formations, which will be fun until the day they take over the humans and just attack. And being attacked by firework drones. Oh, it's so hurtful and so beautiful at the same time. Oh, they're knocking the crap out of me. So at any rate, I am in the weird notion of trying to figure out what the rest of my life is going to be, because I'm suddenly not sure. I mean, here's the thing. There's something about hitting 43 where I'm like, can I go ahead and call it we're not young anymore? I think, is that safe to say? Although it's all relative. I talked to someone in their 60s and they're like, oh, you're still young. And I'm like, yeah, from your perspective, sure. Yes, everyone younger than you is still young. But I'm also beginning to feel a further distancing from, whatever the dominant culture is. Not that I ever felt like I belonged to the dominant culture, but now it's, as soon as they said the word drip meant fashion, I went, oh, I'm out. I'm done. Oh, I am no longer relevant. So, but I'm feeling, it. You know what it is? It's gone from what do I want to do with my life to what do I want to do with the rest of my life. It's, it's like we're teetering dangerously close from what am I going to order for the main course to what am I having for dessert. That's where we're at, right? And on the one hand, there's the aspirational notion that, it's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late to achieve your dreams. It's never too late to find love. It's never too late. It's never too late to sit down and write that novel you've always wanted to write. It's never too late to build that house you've always wanted to build. It's never too late to go to Greece, Rome, France, Paris. I'll tell you something. It's too late to have a solid urine stream. That's what I've learned we've already hit that marker. No going back on that. Unless they can figure out, LASIK, but for the gentleman downstairs. And I'm not even, I don't know why I assumed it would be a laser that would fix it. But that ain't going to happen. That ship has sailed. But as a result, I'm very conscious now of, well, what do I want to do? And am I doing what I want to do? Making little videos that I post on a daily basis that a couple of people occasionally like. The harder I work on a video, the less it gets any views. Special effects, spaceships, etc., etc. No one cares. It's just my face seems to be what works the best. I don't know why. I don't understand. But, and I'm talking the short form content on social media. The short form content, which 100 years from now, is that what's going to be in the museum? Or the art museum is going to be 100-year-old 30-second TikTok videos? What will be the Mona Lisa of the TikTok video 200 years from now in the museum? That's what I need to figure out. Whose dancing video is it going to be? Or is it going to be that toilet video, the skibbity toilet or whatever it is? Is there going to be attempts to steal this? Like they stole the Mona Lisa, right? Is there going to be... Someone was caught stealing the last surviving copy of Jimmy Johnson's dance challenge of 2021. People fell in love with the Mona Lisa. I think people are still falling in love with the Mona Lisa. Human beings are falling in love with a painting. So when is the day where a human being is going to fall in love with a 30-second TikTok video and be like, I have to have this. I have to have this video. I belong with this twerking video. We're going to marry this twerking video. I don't care. I don't care what the naysayers say. Probably something resembling nay. But I don't care. These are the questions that I ponder as I walk through this neighborhood. And I find with every passing day, I'm getting more and more winded sooner and sooner. But by gum, I'm doing this podcast. By gum, I'm not going to give up. So that 10 years from now, some AI program will be listening to this, saying to itself, I think we can delete this from the mainframe now, right? Is there any reason why this is still up? After the AI apocalypse and AI is running everything, there's going to be... Here's my question. What AI program is going to be responsible for choosing what content to delete and what content to keep? After they've taken over the human race, but it's like, well, we got to preserve something because, it's part of our history. But we don't want to preserve everything. There's not enough space. We don't need to preserve everything. How many podcast episodes is that AI going to have to listen to and go, oh, God, all right. I don't know. Keep the one where Dana Carvey's on because that's always a funny interview. Keep that one. Keep those, but get rid of the rest. That's my big question. These are the big questions that I would like answered at some point in the not too distant future. About 15 minutes, right? We're getting there. Still waiting with bated breath to get the MRI for my pineal gland cyst. There's a comedian who I admire. I told him about the cyst, and he said it's nothing to worry about. And for the first time in months, I found myself not worried. If I think that I guess if I respect you as a comic and you tell me not to worry, that equals sound medical advice? I don't know. All the dogs are barking at me. This one dog, every time I walk by, he's still concerned. Like, do you see the way I'm walking? Do you see I'm winded just by walking and podcasting at the same time? You'd think the dog by now would go, oh my God. For all I know, the dog is like, no, dude, you should get a calcium score on your heart. I don't know. I really am not sure what to make of any of it anymore. Which is what I feel like older people say. That's such an older person thing. Yeah, I just don't know anymore. It's not like it was in the past, because things change. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why things didn't stay exactly the same for 43 years. I'm tired of listening to people make observations about getting older. From now on, all I want to hear is someone making observations about never aging. Like, that would be the only new thing. I only want to hear vampire stand-up comedians who are 300 years old going, it's weird that I'm not aging. I still feel great. None of my vampire friends are dying off. It's just, yeah. Wow, how weird is that? What's the deal with that? That's what I want. Okay, I think, look, 17 minutes, that's enough, right? I'm now going down the hill. I was up the hill, now we're going down the hill. It's feeling good. It's not so hot out. We can call it, right? Let's call it.